On January 20th, 2025, the second Trump administration began its term with a direct mandate to dismantle the existing federal bureaucracy. The architect of this campaign, OMB Director Russell Vought, had publicly outlined his strategy years prior to deliberately put career civil servants in trauma. Within days, the Office of Personnel Management dispatched a sweeping ultimatum to federal workers. Titled Fork in the Road, the email forced employees to choose between resigning or facing a hostile operational environment. By mid-February, roughly 75,000 employees accepted this deferred resignation program, clearing out offices across the country in a matter of weeks. Simultaneously, agencies were instructed to dismiss probationary employees, workers who had been on the job for less than a year. Supervisors were explicitly told they needed to cite no evidence or cause for these terminations. The speed and indiscriminate nature of these cuts bypassed standard performance evaluations. The immediate priority was clearing personnel to break down the existing structure of the administrative state. But executing rapid workforce reductions collided directly with the government's security mandates, most notably at the Department of Energy. On February 13th, as part of a massive package of layoffs, 350 personnel were fired from the National Nuclear Security Administration. This chart tracks what happened next. Within 24 hours, the administration realized it had dismissed the specialists responsible for managing America's active nuclear warheads. The terminations were reversed, and the agency scrambled to reinstate the entire group. This exact pattern of termination and frantic reversal repeated itself at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Hundreds of CDC employees received sudden reduction in force notices, only for the agency to discover it had fired the active response teams tracking severe infectious outbreaks like Ebola and the H5N1 bird flu. Applying an aggressive, move fast and break things methodology to the federal government proved volatile. When departments are managed like tech startups, the margin of error directly impacts public health and national security. As human employees departed, the Department of Government Efficiency aggressively pivoted toward untested artificial intelligence to manage federal operations. The Department of Veterans Affairs served as an early testing ground for this technological mandate. DOGE leadership deployed a custom AI-assisted code to audit internal databases and identify contracts it deemed non-essential for termination. This comparison illustrates the flaw in the code. The AI model hallucinated financial data, flagging thousands of contracts and overstating their costs by orders of magnitude compared to their actual value. Relying entirely on this fabricated algorithmic data, the department canceled at least 24 essential healthcare agreements before the errors were caught. Replacing human oversight with unvetted algorithms turned a theoretical cost-saving exercise into a tangible disruption of veteran services. Beyond technical errors, the technological overhaul enabled direct digital overreach, highly visible at agencies like the National Labor Relations Board. In April 2025, a whistleblower revealed that temporary superusers tied to DOGE had deliberately bypassed standard security protocols to access the agency systems. These users deployed custom tools to pull massive amounts of sensitive contact information and internal data from government servers to private databases, erasing their digital footprints on the way out. Simultaneously, the administration rolled out internal AI systems, such as a tool dubbed SweetREX, to monitor the remaining federal workforce. These artificial intelligence models scanned employee communications, flagging restricted diversity terminology and detecting perceived anti-administration sentiment in private inboxes. The pursuit of efficiency established a wide-reaching, partisan surveillance network embedded deep within the federal government. As scheduled, the Department of Government Efficiency ceased operations on July 4, 2026. While leadership initially promised $2 trillion in savings, their final estimates fell far short, and government watchdogs found even those numbers highly unreliable. Mapping the data reveals the human scale of the purge. By the time the agency closed, between 200,000 and 260,000 direct federal jobs had been permanently eliminated through firings, early retirements, and buyouts. The damage quickly moved downstream. The sudden cancellation of federal contracts caused high layoff rates across external IT and advisory firms, draining capital from the metropolitan areas that relied on them. Simultaneously, the termination of federal relief funding forced local municipalities to slash their own budgets, triggering a sudden wave of job cuts in public school districts this summer. By slashing federal spending without accounting for how deeply that money was intertwined locally, the administration induced a localized economic depression. What began as an internal purge of the administrative state inevitably spilled over, actively infecting the broader American economy. The empirical proof arrived with the release of the highly anticipated July 2026 employment report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This chart reveals the outcome. The data showed a net contraction of 23,000 non-farm payroll jobs, bringing national employment growth to a screeching halt. This sudden reversal in the labor market triggered an immediate panic within the Federal Reserve. Faced with an engineered crisis, the central bank fractured. A historic triple dissent vote split the Federal Open Market Committee, as Chair Kevin Warsh and his colleagues scrambled to adjust monetary policy. Treating the federal government like a tech startup delivered short-term ideological victories for the administration, but the final bill was paid with the macroeconomic stability of the entire nation.